Hello, happy Wednesday, and welcome to another edition of Spiritualism and Fire. And today I would like to talk about music. And I'm not talking about Kevin Bacon, Footloose, a community with an abstinence of music and trying to bring it back, so on and so forth. Great movie. That's not where I'm going with this. What I want to talk about is, do you feel that there are lyrics to different types of songs or different genres of music that actually have an effect on your spiritual development? So the reason I am bringing this up is I have read over and over again that when you are trying to spiritually ascend or any of that kind of stuff, you need to be very cognizant of the information that you bring in. Like, I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I am not big on social media. I don't use Facebook. Very rarely do I use Instagram. So I do try to limit all of that rhetoric, fear-mongering, things of that nature. I try to watch positivity stuff. I listen to a lot of music. So I want to know what your views are on this, because I feel I grew up in Los Angeles in the 70s going into the 80s. It was an awesome time. It was the beginning of the punk scene. Now, I know in East Coast you don't necessarily have a punk scene, you have more of a ska scene, and never do the two meet. Completely different styles of music. But where I was at, it was the hardcore punk bands. It was the Clash. It was the Sex Pistols. I actually watched Bad Religion perform before they were signed to a contract. It was an awesome time. And the biggest impact that this era of music had was, I grew up rough and I did not have the vocabulary to express the different things that I was going through. I didn't have the words. I did not have the emotional intelligence. I didn't have role models. I didn't have tools to express what was going on inside of me. It was a very confusing time. But I could listen to different bands and their lyrics, and they gave voice to what I was feeling. And it helped me. It helped me more than anything else that I had in my life at that time. It let me know that I was not alone in these feelings that I was feeling. They didn't. So it's held such a high place in my life that, yes, I'm trying to walk spiritually, but I can't wrap my mind around a limitation of the music that I want to listen to. With that being said, there are times when I listen to different types of music. I do heavy lifting at work. If I've got 3 hours to go, I'm tired, and it's time to power through, I put on what I call my angry music. That's my hardcore, and we're gonna get it done. It's my workout music. It is the music that I need to push through. And it works. It works. When I'm in a fun, happy mood and I want to dance around my patio or my backyard, or even in my kitchen, I like to dance a lot when I'm cleaning my house. I listen to old school house and techno music. It has a fast, funky beat. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's Dev, it's Far East Movement, these kinds of bands, they pump you up and get you going, and you're just bebopping around, and it's an awesome time. There are other times where I am feeling exceptionally low. This week has been awful. At work. There were some things that I had to address that were horrifying, and I wanted to throw myself a little pity party that I would not allow. So in those times I put on my indigenous music, but with a twist. I listen to bands like the Allied Nation, They used to be known as a tribe called Red. I listened to Superman, Taboo from Black Eyed Peas. He does a lot for the indigenous music. I have indigenous blood, and this music reminds me who the hell I am. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to fight another day. It works for me. There was a passage that I read a long time ago, and I wish I knew where I read it at. In essence, it said when an indigenous person goes and sees like the medicine man and they are suffering from sadness or depression or things of that nature, that the first thing that they are asked is, when did you stop dancing? And that has helped for years. When did I stop dancing? Because that's when the problem started. That's where I need to go back to handle this situation, this trauma, this whatever it is. But I can isolate it back to when did I stop dancing? So I can look at it, see what was going on, and either feel it, move past it, handle it, whatever I need to do. That music reminds me the blood that's running through my veins, and it brings everything back into perspective for myself. So I struggle to believe, if you have a shred of intelligence in your brain, that lyrics of songs can have a negative impact on you. I mean, if you're wanting it to have a negative impact on you, it's going to. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I want this music to enrage me. Well, the music is going to enrage you. You know, self-fulfilling prophecy. But, you know, on a day-to-day basis, if I'm rolling down the road, it's early in the morning, I'm tired, and I'm pumping it up to get ready for work, and I want to throw in some Linkin Park, or I want to throw in some Limp Bizkit, I can't see how that could be a negative thing. I am intelligent enough to understand that the music isn't defining my mood. My music is just getting me ready for a day where I'm going to be lifting heavy things all day. It's just, to me, not, and it's a non-issue. And I'm not getting into censorship. I'm not getting into any of that. We're grown adults. I'm not getting into any of that. I'm speaking broadly on the impact of your spiritual path only. So I am asking if you could put in the comments, where do you stand on this? How does music play a role in your life, your spiritual development, your religious beliefs, any of that? And please put it in a way that can be learned from. I'm here to learn. I'm honestly asking for your opinions, for your guidance on how you brought this all together to cohesively fit with your life and what you are trying to spiritually accomplish. So that's what I have today. I appreciate everyone being here. I hope you tune in next Wednesday. I don't know what the topic is going to be. I say I want to look at this, and then I start researching, and down the rabbit hole I go, and 4 topics later I finally figure out what it is that I want to talk about. And also, if there is something that you would like to talk about, put it in the comments, and let's have these conversations. That is the essence of what I am trying to do here, is have these conversations so we can learn from each other. We don't have to agree, but we're grown adults. We can agree to disagree, but still take the information and apply it to our situation to clarify what it is that we think in our own minds. So I appreciate y'all very much. I please ask that you like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and I genuinely hope to see you here next Wednesday. Thank you so much.